one asked for this. Literally, no one wanted me to do this. Except that's not true. I wanted me to do this, so we're doing it. Roll the speed paint. So I bet you saw the title of this video and thought, what? What the hell are you talking about? A black market for Neopets? Isn't that site dead? And I know, it sounds absolutely bananas. I feel like I'm holding on to some deep, arcane knowledge, and I have like this duty to share it with the world, so that's what I'm doing. But okay, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Before we get into the dark deals, we gotta talk about how Neopets works. If you clicked this video, I'm already assuming that you know Neopets is a virtual pet website. So, obviously on Neopets, you can create virtual pets. Wow, novel concept. But when you create a pet, all pet names are unique. For example, there's only one pet on the whole site named Alice. Names can have underscores or numbers in them too, so there can be an Alice 1, and an Alice _1, but all of those names are unique, and once they're taken, no other pet can have that name. This is important. Just stay with me here. The second important thing to know are pet colors. So, when you create a pet, you can choose between 4 colors: red, green, blue, and yellow. If you want to change your pet's color, you buy a single-use item called a paintbrush, so you can, paint your Neopet like it's a house. Paintbrushes come in basic colors like pink or purple, but there's also some crazy colors like baby, fairy, royal, water, etc. Paintbrushes are also super expensive items, so they're hard to get. The prices for them vary, but the most expensive ones are like millions of Neopoints. We're talking some big bucks here. Alright, the lesson you never wanted on Neopets is almost over, but there's at least one last thing you need to know about. The conversion. The art of each Neopet was different than it is from today. Essentially, different colors and species of Neopets were drawn in a specific way. A royal girl Cougar and a fairy Cougar were drawn differently and had different poses from each other. Also, the more expensive the paint job was, the more unique the posing for the pet was. However, in 2007, Neopets introduced Neocash, currency you can buy with real money, and with Neocash you could buy clothes for the Neopets. This introduced customization. In order to not give all their artists carpal tunnel having to draw clothes for hundreds of variations of Neopets, they standardized the posing and art. After the conversion, all Neopets of a species, no matter the color, excluding some exceptions, had the same pose. Remember the fairy and royal girl Cougars I mentioned? They were now drawn exactly the same. When the conversion happened, if you already had a painted pet, you could choose to convert it so it could wear clothes and be customized, or keep it how it was. Pets that were kept that way gained the infamous title of being unconverted. That word will be extremely important. Neopets' history lesson is now over. Let's get into the juicy stuff. On Neopets, there's something called the Neoboards, which are just forums for people to talk on. There's one Neoboard called the Neopian Pound, also known as the infamous Pound Chat. And yes, believe me, if you know anything about the boards, it's infamous. The Pound Chat is used to trade pets. For all that stuff about pet names and colors I mentioned, well, I hope you took notes. All those things factor into something called pet trading value. There's a trading system on Neopets. I know, this is so much, but keep with me. Pets that have names that are either real words or real names are extremely valuable, since there's only one of them in existence. For example, that pet named Alice, or a pet named Teacup, for example, would be valued super high. Unconverteds, or UCs, are also insanely valuable as they can no longer be created. All unconverted pets still around were created and painted before 2007, so that's a long-ass time for a virtual pet to be around. But now it gets worse. Unconverteds have a tier system. You're hearing me right. Their own trading tier system. It's not enough that you already cannot create these pets anymore, but now some UCs are better than others. The tiers go from 1 all the way up to 10. Typically those with more expensive paint jobs, like Plushie or Royal, are around tier 9 or 10, with those with cheaper or undesirable paint jobs, like Baby or Mutant, are near tiers 1 and 2, and there are tons of pets in the tiers in between. When you go onto the Pound Chat, all you see are boards saying they have UCs up for trade. The Pound Chat is obsessed with them, mainly due to the nostalgia for the old art of the pets. If a pet is converted and doesn't have a name that's a real name or word, it's garbage according to the Pound Chat. That's right, your pet puppy _26 is worthless to them because, that could easily be created. Tough life. Typically on the Pound Chat, people want to trade up. However, if you have a tier 1, good luck getting up all the way to tier 10. I've heard of horror stories of a few people spending damn near 10 years trying to trade up. 10 years! Could you imagine? However, it takes so long because there are so few people on the site, meaning there are so few UCs, and people tend to only want to trade up. So, if you have a low tier UC and you want a high tier 1, you've got a long and hard road ahead of you. Unless, of course, you turn to the Neopets black market. UCs are so highly valued, there is a literal black market for them. You can find external sites and literally buy these pets with real money. And it's totally against the rules of Neopets. And it's not even like these pets are cheap either. A tier 2 UC could go for $20. But a tier 10 UC, it can go up for $200. $200. 200. 200. Real word and real name pets are on this site too, and they can get just as expensive. Because remember, there's only one of them in existence. You think I'm making this up? Go to Google right now and type in buy UC Neopets. Literally, they'll be at the top result. Go on, do it. Go tell me your findings. Could you imagine just dropping a month's worth of groceries on one Neopet? That's great, I'm down $200, but at least I can stare at my Neopet. Bitch, I could have just Googled the picture of the Neopet I wanted and gotten the same effect. Could have even printed it out and put it on my wall for extra effect. But, like I said, people do it, and it's against Neopets rules. So, how do these sellers get the pet, and what happens if the buyers are caught cheating? Like I said, UCs can't be created. So, sellers literally just hack into inactive accounts and steal them from other people. Straight up. It's just as messed up as it is kinda absolutely hilarious. But from there, they trade the stolen pet over to the buyer's account, and then this strange transaction is complete. I've never done this because I'm not insane, but from my research from this video, it seems that as long as you keep the pet, quote, unknown, as in not posting on the Neo boards with the account that has this pet, it's usually guaranteed to be pretty safe. Unless, of course, the original user comes back and goes, what the fuck, where'd my pet go? But what's the likelihood of that happening? I've actually seen that happen a few times. However, if you bring the pet to the Pound Chat, it gets dangerous. If people suspect the pet is stolen, and everyone there is crazy and sometimes reports pets for no reason, it'll get taken away from you and your account will get frozen. And this is why you don't spend $200 on Neopets! Sorry, still worked up over that one. But say it doesn't get reported, and you trade it. So now there's a stolen pet being traded around by all 5 people on Neopets. Well, it could be fine for years, but if the Neopets team ever catches wind of it, the pet will be returned to its original owner, and all trades made with it will be reversed. And, considering trades happen every day, this becomes pandemonium. But people still do it because, they like causing chaos. It is kind of funny. Some people literally quit over their trades being reversed. And I'm over here like, no, don't do that. You still got 3 more years until tier 10. But yeah, Neopets is kind of insane. I had a UC once, and honestly, it kind of made me feel like hot shit. Then I decided it was ugly and I traded it. It really wasn't an interesting story. I don't know if this is interesting to literally anyone else but me. But if you made it this far, wow. You're really into the trading intricacies of Neopets trading, huh? But no, for real, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, it means so much if you could hit thumbs up and subscribe, but no pressure. Remember, thumbs down is always there if you hated it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!